Before we start the session, I would just like to ask some of the participants whether my voice is audible and you can see both of us, Jaideep and me, whether on screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, great. So uh, let me introduce to you one of a person which I admire a lot in from last 10 years, because whatever I have shared with you in last 4 days related to GIS, specifically the land surface temperature and the case study of impact of tourism on land environment in Dehradun, was actually I learned by Dr. Jaideep Day only. He taught me all the intricacies and the basics of all those things. Then only we were able to do that work. So I will just give a brief introduction of him. He is Dr. Jaideep Day. He started his career as a project associate in CSR in Nagpur in July 2016, where he worked on almost 30 number of projects in which he has given his expertise from remote sensing and GIS perspective. That time we were also colleague. We worked together there, and afterwards he was project scientist in National Institute for of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, where he worked as a geospatial expert, and he also given his services as project officer in Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach, properly known as Nectar. It is a center of Department of Science and Technology, and at present is situated in the capital city of India, Delhi, and he is working as a GIS expert, geospatial analysis expert in Housing and Urban Development Corporation Limited, popularly known as HUDCO Limited. So with this brief background, I request Dr. Jaideep Day to start his session on application of remote sensing in water quality assessment and management. So Jaideep, all yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this introduction. I'm going to share my presentation. Is it visible, sir?
No. By now, no. Yes. Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay, thank you, sir. So good morning, everyone. I am Jaideep Day. Today I will be talking about aquatic remote sensing. So what I get to know from Saurabh sir.
Dr.
Please,
Jaideep,
sir. Please,
only
sir.
one thing, it is not in slide mode. So can you put it in slideshow mode?
So I have done it. I think it is taking little time, sir. Little
Okay.
delay from.
Okay. No issue. By now we are only seeing the first slide without slide mode. That's why I interview.
Okay. So till now it is.
No, now also it is not in slide mode.
Okay.
I will give you a suggestion. Maybe you can unshare and share again, because many times it will stuck in first time sharing.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you can unshare and then you can again share.
So is it okay now?
We are able to see your screen, but it is
But
not in slide mode.
okay. So shall I share my PPT with you, sir? Can you?
Yes. If suppose a lot of animation are not there, I'll operate from here. You can just
Okay.
say next. I'll continue to do it next. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you share me.
So should I share it over with WhatsApp?
Yeah, you can share WhatsApp also, email also, anywhere. I'll operate from here within 5 minutes.
I think because of slow internet, it is like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think in that case, it will be good if I share from here so that you
Yes,
can only speak. Yeah.
yes, sir. Or I can share from PPT mode also if it is not a problem.
Whatever you say, I will say.
Sir, it's taking time.
Time. Okay, to send.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issue, no issue. You have sent on Saurabh Sakhe 100?
No, sir. I have sent it over WhatsApp only.
WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, no issue, no issue. That's okay. We have enough time.
We have time, na, sir? Or
Yeah, yes, no, we have time. No worries. I kept almost 2 hours for this session
okay, okay.
because sometimes they may ask some question also. No, no worries.
Right.
We have time. Yeah, we have time. No problem. Meanwhile, I request all the candidates to recall whatever they have learned in last 4 days so that if you have any doubt related to that, you can ask.
So till now, it's not on.
Till now,
Till now, it's in PPT mode, or
no, it is
it's
not
not
in
in
PPT
slideshow
mode.
mode.
No, no, not
Okay.
in slide mode. It's same only. I think bandwidth may be less there. That's why.
Mhm.
So your audio is clear, but
Right.
presentation is not. So anyway, no, no worries. I can operate from here.
No, no, it's okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Jaideep, I received your PPT. You can unshare. I'll share from here then.
Okay, okay. Sir, I think you got my PDF version.
Yes, yes, yeah. PDF is okay. PDF is okay. No problem.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I can make the PDF in full screen and then do.
Okay,
Uh,
sir.
Dr. Jaideep, if there are more animations in your PPT, I can wait for PPTX also. Otherwise, PDF I'll share.
So you can we can go with PPT also, sir, because there is no such animation. It's an
Animation. Okay,
image
okay.
model.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
No worries. I'll wait. I'll wait. No problem.
Okay.
Mhm. PPT must be uploading, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. No worries. No worries. We'll wait for
Sir,
the PPT.
we can start with this PDF version because there is no such animation, only images are there. So there is no issue, sir. We can start with.
We can start? Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So my screen is visible to all
Yes,
in
yes.
full mode. Okay. So Jaideep, as and when you would like to navigate, you just tell me next. I'll do it.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Okay, Jaideep. Start.
Sorry for delaying in presentation. So today I will be talking about aquatic remote sensing. I am assuming that you have some idea about general remote sensing, so I am not going on that. So today I will start from aquatic remote sensing. So change, please.
Yeah.
And my today's presentations outline are like this. Here I will be covering aquatic remote sensing, its application, interaction of lights with water, image correction and image processing, different data products and their application. And here I will be showing certain portion of my PhD work and which parameters I have taken, methodology that I have adopted, results, spectral signature of several pollutants, major findings of my study, and publications that I got from this presentation. So next, please.
Yeah.
So what is aquatic remote sensing and how it is different from general remote sensing? Aquatic remote sensing simply means application of remote sensing and GIS technology on water resources. So what is the importance of that? Why we will use this aquatic remote sensing? To view and understand the marine and freshwater bodies and its dynamics from a distance. Why do we observe these things from space? To understand the Earth's processes on a global scale. In general method, we are able to collect only point specific data, but remote sensing allow us to collect data for a huge region. And it's also allow to understand the dynamics in aquatic environment over the time. So there are several advantages of this technology to use in this aquatic ecosystem, because it provides an overview of aquatic optics, it provides synoptic coverage, there is a temporal coverage also, and it allows to collect data from remote location where we cannot go directly. And it's a cost-effective technology also. Here in this image, you can see the colored dissolved organic matter. That is one of the water quality, significant water quality parameters uh, um, for the certain portion of the globe. Here you can see the Indian Ocean, and you can see the where continents are there, their signals spectral reflectance is very high, and when it distance is increasing, water quality is quite good. That we will see in my upcoming slides. So change, please. So as I said, there are many applications of remote sensing technology and water resources. Here I have listed few of them. We can apply this technology to assess the availability of groundwater. Similarly, we can quantify the lake water volume. And this SGD is submarine groundwater discharge. The submarine groundwater discharge is one of the major pollutants for water quality in marine environment. We can apply this technique in urban flood assessment, monitoring of inland water bodies. There are actually two images. This is world famous RLC. This is a lake, basically lake in Kazakhstan area. This is the old image, and this is the present condition. You can see how it has been changed, and it is almost dry. So we can assess these changes and quantify all this water body dynamics in water body. Similarly, we can apply this technique in cryosphere. Cryosphere simply means application of this technology and glacier area. Its movement, its probability of avalanche, like that. And we can use this technique for marine ecosystem. So next. So when we are talking about remote sensing and GIS application in water, we need to understand some of its constituents and how it works, interacts with light. Next. So how light interacts with water? In water, there are many constituents like color, dissolved organic matter, non-algal particle, phytoplanktons. All these things interact with lights when it is passing through the water area. So there, and it impacts on inherent properties of lights. So it creates absorption and scattering. Absorption take place because of phytoplankton, non-algal bloom, and color dissolved organic matter and water itself. Scattering happens in two modes, in forward direction and backward direction. Just like inherent optical properties, apparent optical properties are also impacted by these parameters. So, what are the apparent optical properties? There are water leaving radiance, upwelling irradiance, downwelling irradiance, and remote sensing reflectance. So, what is water leaving radiance? When energy is interacting with different constituents with water, and backscattering is going back to the sensor. Here it is aircraft. We can use this. We can collect this information through any remote sensing medium like satellites or UAV and aircraft. So those energy is called uh, mm, up, upwelling irradiance. And when this energy is coming from sun and it is interacting with different constituents, that's called downwelling irradiance. Why it is irradiance? Irradiance, when energy is propagating from any direction, it's called irradiance. And when remote sensing sensor is capturing this energy from a certain direction, that's called upwelling radiance. And in this remote sense water environment, we are mostly looking for remote sensing reflectance. Remote sensing reflectance provide the ocean color. So how we can calculate this remote sensing reflectance? For this, we need two things: water leaving radiance and downwelling irradiance. This is the ratio between these two signals. So next. So next, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. So why this watercolor or what remote sensing reflectance is necessary? So this is the certain portion of satellite image. This is Landsat 8 image. Uh, it is showing a tropical estuary. This is the river and mouth of the river. Here you can see the strong reflectance of sediments. So why this ocean color is remote important? You can understand here. As different colors are present here, it is because of different components are present in water. Those can be considered as water quality parameters. So here sediment reflectance of sediments is very high. Similarly, color dissolved organic matter, chlorophyll can be detected through this remote sensing uh, images. Next. So how these parameters appear in electromagnetic spectrum? All these things have their own signal and appearance on electromagnetic spectrum, and we are interested for that. Electromagnetic signals created used to create our satellite image, and we used to interpret all these things to achieve our data set. So here you can see the reflectance of sediment is very high. It's and it is detected in green to red band, that is 600 to 700 nanometer spectral channel. Similarly, chlorophyll can be detected in the green area, and uh, colored dissolved organic matter have less reflectance compared to the other components. Why this colored dissolved organic matter reflectance is less, and what is the importance of it, we will see in my upcoming slides. So next. So when we are talking about remote sensing and we are working on remote sensing data, we need to do some pre-processing of satellite images, and we need to do some corrections. Why? Because what remote sensing sensor or satellite sees, that is a combination of surface reflectance and atmospheric disturbances. So these atmospheric disturbances create different abnormal conditions. We need to avoid all these things. So which is why image corrections is necessary. The next. There are two types of image corrections available in this water domain. We used to correct our satellite images in top of the atmospheric correction and bottom of the atmospheric correction. In top of the atmospheric correction, we need to do all correction that is because of water droplets, dust particles, PM2, PM2.5, and other components that is disturbing our signals. Here you can see when mm, upwelling irradiance reaching to the sensor, these top of the atmosphere are disturbing, it's in very high. There are 90% chance to get disturbances or obstacle from the atmosphere, and 10% we are getting from the our water. So we need to avoid all this error. So which is why atmospheric correction is necessary. That's called top of the atmospheric correction. Next. Similarly, we have to do bottom of the atmospheric correction, and bottom of the atmospheric correction is essential and necessary in this remote sensing, aquatic remote sensing domain. Here we use water living radiance and downwelling irradiance, both the information to get remote sensing reflectance. Next. So you can see the condition of a satellite image before atmospheric correction. Here it is quite hazy and cloudy. We cannot use it properly, and softwares cannot identify the parameters from out of it. And this is the condition after all these corrections. This image is now ready for any study. We can use for our research work. um, we can using softwares and different equation algorithms, we can calculate different water quality parameters. Next. So in aquatic remote sensing, there are many data sets available. So we will see what are those data sets and their use. Next. So there are many satellites and sensors available for water quality monitoring. Uh, there are currently several satellites observe water surface properties in terms of open ocean, coastal region, and inland lakes also. This is the Landsat series of satellites. There are many satellites. Landsat 8 and Landsat 9 have great application on water quality monitoring. There are Terra and Aqua satellites also. Sentinel, Iconus, and we have Indian satellites also like Resourcesat, Cartosat, Oceansat, ScatSat, and Saral. These are all Indian satellites developed by our own Indian Space Research Organization. Oceansat is dedicatedly designed for our Indian ocean, and it provides a moderate resolution satellite data, which is very useful to study our marine environment. Next. So what we can observe from the space? Different water quality parameters like chlorophyll A, water turbidity, color dissolved organic matter, sea surface temperature, surface wind, salinity, all these parameters can be um, observed and from remote sensing technology. So what are the applications of these parameters? Why we will study on these particular parameters? So chlorophyll have its own application like phytoplankton biomass, primary productivity, biogeochemical cycle of about an area, and eutrophic condition about a water body we can assess through chlorophyll study. Similarly, water turbidity is another significant water quality parameter that reveals the condition of aquatic ecosystem, which is related to human health also. Similarly, color dissolved organic matter is represent the biogeochemical cycle, human and ecosystem health about an area. The sea surface temperature is one of the significant water quality parameters that is associated with ocean current, primary productivity, climate studies, temperature flux, and the ocean heat budget of ocean. Similarly, surface wind and salinity have their own application. Salinity is a highly influenced for geostrophic current, salt flux, etc. This salinity creates migration of aquatic organism. For this, I can say Chilka Lake application of in Chilka Lake, suddenly some salinity has been changed, and some researcher has been reported that the aquatic organisms are moving in different direction as salinity has been changed over there. So next. So this is one of the great example of remote sensing satellite data. These all are certain portion of satellite images. There are 4 conditions. Here you can see the ocean water with greenish appearance. That is, and you can see the some its reflectance. So when the ocean water is with algal bloom condition, reflectance is very high, and when this reflectance is very less in this blue condition, that is represent of pure water or good quality of water. So that's the beauty of remote sensing, I can say. Next. So here it is representation of satellite image where we can see the thick algal bloom around the coastal region, and we can assess, we can measure this algal bloom through remote sensing technology, and we can quantify its growth and its dynamics over the same time. Next, please. So now I will be talking about my PhD research work, that is geospatial assessment of sewage pollution in surface water body and mitigation measure. So here, next please. Yes. So why this study is important, why I have selected this topic. In India, we have considerable count of water resources in the forms of surface water or groundwater. Surface water like lake, river, reservoir, pond, estuary, even in cryosphere also. But it is reported by Central Pollution Control Board, Central Work Commission, and other respected organizations that 80% of the surface water body is polluted. And major rivers which are passing through our urban areas severely polluted. In India, sewage generation rate is around 72,000 MLD. that is reported by Central Pollution Control Board. And our domestic sewage is responsible for our surface water pollution like 75 to 80%. And in India, we have sewage treatment capacity for only for 30%. So remaining untreated sewage are directly releasing into the water body, like lake, river, and finally it is going to the ocean. So it creates massive water pollution in our water aquatic environment or marine environment. Next, please. So remote sensing of water quality. So as I have told, 80% of the surface water body is polluted. So in this condition, we need an advanced technique, advanced and efficient technique to frequently monitor, measure, and real-time data analysis about these huge water resources. Because remote sensing offers an efficient way to assess the water quality and create a database or spectral signature library of those water quality parameters. Remote sensing also provides a synaptic coverage of water body. It helps to collection of data from remote location. It minimizes our laborious activity, and it's a cost-effective technique. GIS, GIS has a great significance in monitoring and estimating the quality for both inland and coastal water bodies. Sewage disposal in water body creates a notable signal on satellite images that helps to detect how pollutants are distributing and its pattern inside the water body. Here you can see the different satellite images across the globe. Here it is Mumbai area. This is the um, Birdfoot Island. Here it is Ganga Delta. So here you can see the huge sediment load, rich sediments in ocean water throughout the across the globe. Next, please. So these are my objectives. Remote sensing assessment of sewage pollution on a surface water body to establish a relationship between remote sensing analysis and conventional method, creation of spectral signature of sewage pollution and its mitigation measures. Next. Here I have used optical remote sensing. There are different types of remote sensing, as I have told. I have used optical remote sensing. There are other remote sensing like thermal remote sensing, microwave remote sensing, hyperspectral remote sensing. Here in this study, I have used optical remote sensing. So I have select parameters which are optically active. That means they have proper signature on optical satellite data. Temperature, turbidity, suspended solid, total organic carbon, algal bloom I have taken in this study. And these parameters were analyzed through routine method or conventional method. Similarly, sea surface temperature, normalized difference turbidity index, total suspended matter, color dissolved organic matter, and normalized difference chlorophyll index has been studied through remote sensing technology. These are similar parameters for in both the environment. Next. In this technology, I have used three different types of method. In this study, I have used three different types of methodology: conventional method for laboratory analysis of water quality, remote sensing technique like empirical estimation, spectral analysis, object-based image analysis, its arithmetic approach, bio-optical analysis, and spectral signature, and GIS-based method for interpolation of conventional method. Next. So this is one of my study area, Malad Creek, that is in Mumbai. It is one of the polluted creeks surroundings of Mumbai, and here sewage disposal rate is very high. That is 240 MLD. So these are my sampling location. From here, I have collected data in different season. Pre-monsoon and post-monsoon for different years. I have collected data from this ocean creek and mouth of the creek and adjoining drains. Next. Right. Here I have used two types of satellite data. Sir, right. Thank you, sir. There are two types of satellite data has been used in this study: Sentinel-2 and Landsat-8. They have different data sets have their own applications. Sentinel-2 data set have been used for spectral analysis and biooptical analysis, and Landsat data has been used for thermal analysis. Here, as I am working on ocean area, I have considered tidal conditions also, and I have collected samples during low tide and high tide, and I have collected data from 2019 to 2021. Next. So why this sea surface temperature is important? Why we'll be working on it? This is one of the significant indicator of water quality. This aquatic life is strongly influenced by thermal pollution. Temperature affects directly the growth of microalgae. Toxic algal bloom prefer warmer water. Warmer temperature prevents the water from mixing of, and it's allowing growth of excessive algae in water body. So this is the reason we need to study on sea surface temperature. Next, please. To assess the sea surface temperature, there are different data sets or remote sensing medium available, like satellite medium or airborne medium. We can collect data from both this medium, and in this case, we used thermal infrared region of electromagnetic spectrum, that is 3 to 14 micrometer of the electromagnetic spectrum. Here we can capture the thermal response of surface water body. This is just a representation of sea surface temperature over Indian Ocean. You can see when it is close to the continent, temperature is very high, and when it is temperature is decreasing when it is distance is much from this continent. Next, please. Right. This is the result of my study. This sea surface temperature has been I have arrived, I have retrieved from remote sensing technology. This is for condition of 2019, 20, and 21. At the similar, when satellite was passing over this region, I have collected samples at the same day and same times for 3 different times, so that it can be correlated. So you can see the temperature is less in mouth of the ocean, and it is increasing over the when we are reaching into the inner portion of the creek and adjoining drains. Next, please. So when we are working with remote sensing technology, we need to verify with the routine method. We need to do some ground truthing to create a relationship between conventional method and remote sensing technology. So I have done for 3 different times. This is the sea surface temperature um, and temperature that is retrieved through general method. So you can see I got a good correlation between sea surface temperature and temperature derived through the routine method. So we can see there is a good correlation among these two parameters. Next. Mm, like turbidity and normalized difference, temperature, turbidity is another water quality parameters. This normalized different turbidity is a band ratio technique. We used red and green band to create this arithmetic operation, normalized different turbidity index, and total suspended matter. Here we used red band upon green band. Next. So this is the result of turbidity for 3 different season. It is also following that same trend with temperature when we are going to the inner portion of the creek and creeklets and adjoining drains. Turbidity is very high, and similar result has been found from the routine method also. You can see in the satellite image how our ocean is receiving different pollutants from our river or other channels. Next. So this is the correlation between TSM and suspended solid. We have good correlation between total suspended matter that is retrieved through remote sensing technique and suspended solids that is retrieved from laboratory analysis. This is the correlation between three different seasons. We have found strong correlation between these two parameters. Next. So TOC or total organic carbon is very important same parameter of water quality. Um, the total amount of carbon in organic components in pure water or aqueous system is called total organic carbon. In this method, water sample is acidified to convert the carbonates and hydrogen carbonates present in the water sample to carbon dioxide. Next. So this is the result of total organic carbon that is derived through routine method and or conventional method. I have done all this analysis in our NIRI laboratory for three different time period. Next. So this is estimation of color dissolved organic matter. It is indicator of dissolved organic carbon dynamics in freshwater and coastal marine ecosystem. Researchers and scientific community has been reported that CDOM is highly correlated with dissolved organic carbon, which is why we can correlate these things with total organic carbon. Next. So this is the result for color dissolved organic matter in Mallard Creek for 3 different times. You can see the difference now. It was high reflectance for temperature and turbidity when we were going to the inner portion of the creek and adjoining drains and creeklets. But here, in some portion, reflectance is very less. In middle portion of the creek, reflectance is high, but in general it should be very high in inner portion of the creeks also. Why it is not happening? Because it is colored dissolved organic matter, and what organic matter used to do, that is absorption. When organic matter presence of organic matter is very high, it creates absorption instead of reflectance, which is why here reflectance is less, and this trend is not matching with turbidity and suspended solids and temperature. This is our one of the major observation in this study. When organic component is high, there is less reflectance on satellite images, and it was appreciated by international reviewers also for my research papers. So TOC and CDOM has been correlated in this study. You can see the correlation between total organic carbon and color dissolved organic matter. I have always got a strong correlation between them, which is why I am able to conclude that there is a strong correlation between these parameters, and remote sensing images or remote sensing application should be there for estimation of CDOM. Next, please. So as I was working in sewage pollution, I have considered different other parameters also, which are optically not active, like BOD, nitrate, phosphate, like that. And you can I have correlated all these parameters with optical parameters. So here is it is the correlation among optical and non-optical parameters also. So you can see the correlation between these two these parameters. parameters. Here, when it is optical parameters, correlation is very high, but when it is non-optically active constituents or water quality parameters, it is somehow correlated, but correlation is little less, but it can be useful in remote water quality study. So I have done this correlation study for the 2019-20 for high tide condition and low tide condition as well. Next. So spectral response or spectral signature of different constituents and satellite images. So what is spectral signature? If spectral signature can be defined as the ratio between incident energy to reflected energy on an item, and it is indication of wavelength. Every material on Earth has unique appearance due to their spectral reflectance. The color and tone of an object in a picture are infinitely correlated with its reflectivity. Next. So here it is the spectral response for turbidity for 3 different seasons. I have selected 3 different locations to assess this spectral signature. You can see the spectral reflectance for this turbidity. Turbidity uh, turbidity is very much turbidity reflectance is here applicable here in 500 to 800 region, that is green to red or near infrared. In this region we can measure turbidity very well, and similar trend has been found for other two season also. Next. So similarly, this is the spectral signature card for CDOM. Here you can see the spectral range is different. Here it is from 400 to 500, which is blue to red of the electromagnetic spectrum. And this I have confirmed this study for two different to another different season also. Next. So when problems are there, we need to find some solution or mitigation measures should be there. So what mitigation and measure we can suggest here? Next. So there is a urgent need of degrading and desilting of creeks for betterment of navigability of and quality of enhancement of water bodies, improvement of existing sewage treatment plants, and create new sewage treatment plants before releasing the effluent into the river or ocean. And we need to make sure the industrial effluent should not be released before treatment. Next. In situ drain treatments can be a can be a great application of for this. This is the one of the one of the award-winning study for rejuvenating of water quality or water body. And this is simply with phytoremediation technique, and we can use some diversion of wastewater, and after treatment of those wastewater we can release those water so that pollution can be minimized and it can be controlled. We need to develop more STPs. We need in a decentralized manner to treatment of those sewage, development of ETPs for industrial effluent, and we need to do real-time monitoring for all this water body. Next. So these are some major findings of my study. Uh, this study reveals that Sea surface temperature is a key parameter that addresses the thermal response of the water body, and it can effectively detect through remote sensing data. As I have shown you, see, there is a good correlation between sea surface temperature and temperature that is retrieved through routine method. Turbidity of water is strongly correlated with spectral analysis, namely normalized difference turbidity index. Similarly, suspended solids or concentration of suspended solids in water column can be detected through arithmetic approach, that is total suspended matter. CDOM, color dissolved organic matter, is retrieved through bio-optical method that address the discharge of some sewage, affluent, industrial affluent, agricultural runoff, and CDOM is very helpful to assess the marine pollution in different scale. TOC, total organic carbon, is optically inactive component, but it can correlate with CDOM through a proxy method. As we have seen, there is a good correlation between total organic carbon and CDOM. Next, please. Spectral signature curve reveals the status of water quality and impact of waste pollution under the spatial and temporal domain. What is spatial means we can go for different scale, whether it is small scale or regional or global scale, and temporal domain means we can done some seasonal study. Water quality parameters are influenced due to tidal characteristics with date of pass of satellite images. Low reflectance is observed through CDOM, confirming the presence of organic matter. As I have told, organic matter used to hold this signature. It cannot allow backscattering of those incident energy. GIS-based tools like IDW, inverse distance weighting method, offers an efficient way to create a continuous surface of this point database that we use to collect through our routine method. Moderate resolution satellite data have some limitation. As we are talking about, remote sensing is very much useful, but there are some limitation also when it is related to resolution issue. Moderate resolution satellite data can be useful for wide and large water bodies for water quality assessment. High resolution data is required for small and narrow water bodies, and there is a great application of hyperspectral remote sensing also in this water quality study. Next. Okay, these are some publication I made out of my research work and my PhD study. I have published few papers in reputed. Next. This is again some publications related to my PhD work. So this is some study we have done in CSIR NIRI with Saurabh sir. Uh, we have published this study in SCI journals. Next. Oh, thank you. So is there any question? Please ask.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaideep.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
sir.
much, Jaideep, for the informative lecture. Now, I request all the participants, if you have any question, you can ask to Dr. Jaideep Day. Anyone?
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Sir, regarding spectral analysis and NDPI, sir, I didn't understand about that.
Could you please repeat? I did not get you properly.
Sir,
Sir,
regarding spectral analysis,
right.
can you tell me what it is what about?
Right. Spectral analysis simply means when we are working with satellite data, there are certain bands like green, red, near infrared. All these bands are correlated with electromagnetic spectrum. When we are working on spectral analysis, this electromagnetic spectrum is responsible for collection of all these water quality parameters. So when as I have shown, green band is responsible for quantifying and qualifying the presence of chlorophyll. So that is the great example of spectral analysis, where spectral channels are useful. Similarly, color dissolved organic matter and other constituents can be detected or can retrieve through different spectral channels, which is why it's called spectral analysis. Is
Sir,
it
what
clear?
are the other parameters? Sir, what are
Right.
the other parameters?
Right. So here I have here I am using optical remote sensing. So I have taken optical parameters like turbidity, suspended solids, temperature. There are other parameters also like chemical parameters, dissolved oxygen, BOD, COD. Those can also be retrieved through remote sensing, but not through optical remote sensing. There are different data sets available, and although we can use these optical data sets as a proxy method, but cannot be used directly. They actually in this time is our ISRO and ESA, European Space Agency, they are working on it to develop some different sensor for these chemical parameters also. In this time, I can say optical remote sensing is useful for these parameters that I have listed here. Anything else?
Any
Sir,
question
as you
from other
said,
participants?
uh, sir, as you said, we can get the BOD of
Right.
aquatic ecosystem. Sir,
Right.
how we can get the data of that?
So BOD you need to collect, you need to do through routine method. Then you can use some proxy method to work on that, so which is why I did not directly work on BOD. BOD was not my the major parameters, but I have taken for to establish a correlation between these optical parameters and these chemical parameters. Actually, presently, some satellites are used to come in the scenario for those parameters. In near
So,
future,
sir,
we will get all those sensors.
sir, we need previously known data for that, huh? Like a
Yes, yes.
reference.
When we are working with remote sensing, we
Hmm.
need to do some ground truthing definitely. We cannot avoid ground truthing. Only thing it can minimize our laborious work. Um, uh, Only remote sensing can fulfill the gap of existing method. It cannot replace the water quality study method. We need to do all this laboratory analysis and everything. Only remote sensing can provide the synoptic coverage. It can minimize the gap between 2 points. In general method or in routine method, we are collecting data from different points. So mid portion of the data is missing. So remote sensing can fulfill that gap, but it cannot replace the routine method. So we need to do some ground truthing.
Understood, sir.
Next.
So, any question from other participants? Please go ahead. Okay, so if there are no further question, we will declare this particular session as over. And on behalf of all the participants and on behalf of the Skill India program, because this program is under the Skill India initiative of Government of India, I thank Dr. Jaideep Dey for sparing his valuable time from a working day. I think someone is asking one more question. Jaideep, shall we take it? They ask in
Please,
chat box.
please,
Okay.
please, please.
Ah. Can the oceanic acidification and salinity be measured by spectral analysis?
Right, right. Salinity can be measured. In present situation, there is no such data for, actually we cannot directly measure the acidification, but salinity can be measured. One of my junior and CSI and he is working on that particular on this particular domain. So I am sure, pretty sure about this. Salinity can be measured through remote sensing technology, but acidification of oceanic water can be studied as a proxy in this proxy method. There are different proxy methods available, but we cannot measure directly. There are
So I
certain data
hope
sets, even it is the data, ocean set data, that is our own ISRO's satellite data, we can use for this salinity assessment. Yeah, please, sir.
yeah, Zulfikar, I hope he has answered the question.
Yes, sir. I am
Okay.
clear.
Okay, okay.
Sir, it is possible to measure the mangrove forest, like it's the coastal area mangrove forest. Do you think?
Sir, I did not get it. Please, could you please repeat?
Sir, so right now we are doing the coastal area, like it is possible to monitor the mangrove forest, mangrove ecosystem.
Right, right. There is a great application of remote sensing technology on mangrove. We can assess the health of mangrove. In fact, apart from this optical remote sensing data, we can go collect data using LiDAR or any other remote sensing data we can use for that. We will be able to assess the health of this mangrove ecosystem. We can quantify the mangrove. We can see the types of mangrove and its dynamics over the time. So there is a great application.
I hope Ajay Prakash answer is clear to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, if right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Ajay.
Please.
Yeah. Actually, your voice is not clear, Ajay.
It's breaking actually.
Right, it's audible now. It's audible now. So we are taking the different area like for water parameter rivers for measuring point of plankton or anything by using remote sensing. How we are, it is like what I feel is the challenge ground survey. Like if we are doing in the coastal area, how we are supposed to take the sample? Like after taking the sample, it is automatically we are going to do laboratory and we are going to do the analysis. How that initiate, like taking the some place is very, we can't able to go that place for taking that sample. How we can able to go and collect that sample?
Okay, so your question is basically what I get to know, but your question is basically related to how to collect the samples, right?
Yes, yes. If the
Yes.
coastal area, yeah, if the coastal area means how we have to collect the samples. If right now you are showing that it's a river on the coastal area line, but you are
Right.
collected on the different location, I can able to see. But if we are in the side of the coastal area, how we are supposed to collect the sample and how we can able to interrupt that that ground truth point with satellite product.
Jaideep,
Please, sir.
Jaideep, if you can allow, I'll just clarify the question to you.
Sure, sure. Please.
To the best of my understanding, what Ajay Prakash is asking is that you have shown some satellite images, and then you have shown that we have gone for collection of ground truth points. So what he is asking that in case of rivers and all where the area is accessible, they can collect the ground truth points. But what about the area, especially oceans or any such region which is not at all accessible to all? In that case, how we will collect the sample? for ground truthing. That's what he's asking. To the best of my knowledge, that's what he's asking.
Okay. Is it about far ocean?
So near like
Any area which is inaccessible.
yeah, it's around 100 kilometers or 150 kilometers or 200 kilometers.
No. You can collect. Actually, in this study, in that time, when you are going to the far from the coast, you need to take some permission from the coastal guard that we used to do in the study. Thereafter, you can go for this type of sampling, and you can define your date, define your location according to the passing of satellites. We know the some satellite passing calendar when which satellites will be passing over that region, and we can select the date for that for the same. And then we have to take some the necessary permission from the certain departments, whether it is from municipality or your own institutes or from coastal departments. Then you can go for this sampling. You need to hire a boat accordingly, so you can collect. So we know this as we are working in Mumbai coastal area. One of my junior is now working in this. She is working in actually far ocean also. So there is no issue to collect any sample.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
That's why
and
I'm asking.
yeah,
Thank you.
and just
I clear.
to yeah, just in addition to what Jaideep has said, I would like to convey to Ajay that the junior he's referring to is also planning to come to Kerala and collect some samples from here as a control samples, because here we have a long coast, and also where I'm situated is a CSIR lab, another CSIR lab. So getting permissions and all what Jaideep was mentioning will be easy because we are situated nearby here. So like that also it can be done.
Anything else? Any other question? Anyone else?
I think Jaideep, there are no further questions from anyone. So thank you very much, Jaideep. Again, I thank you on behalf of CSR
Thank
and
you, sir.
Skill India initiative and all the participants for sparing your valuable time on a working day. And I hope this is a new value addition for all the participant, whatever you have shared, because we have not covered aquatic remote sensing in last 4 days. We have covered remote sensing of visible region. We have also covered remote sensing of thermal region, but aquatic ecosystem we have not shared anything. So I hope it is a new value addition to them. And with these words, I again sincerely express my gratitude to you, and thank you very much, Jaideep. And
Thank you, sir.
with
Thank you
this,
for
I
inviting
declare.
me.
Okay, with this, I declare this session is over, and we'll have a half an hour break, and I'll put on the WhatsApp group where we'll be meeting. Thank you. Thank you, Jaideep. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.